How's it going, everyone? This is Colin, also known as Two Left Feet, and today we're going to be starting a brand new manager career mode. This one's going to be a little bit different, though, as an American, I'm usually told that the MLS and all the American players aren't very good and probably wouldn't do very well in the Premier League, so today we're going to find out. So basically what I've done is I've went ahead and transferred away all of the Hull City players and transferred 30 of the best American players from around the MLS, from around Germany, England, all the different countries we play in, and we're going to see how well we actually can perform in a full Barclays Premier League season. So we're going to be playing world class. Go ahead and use our current customized. And one nice thing about using Hull City is that they're actually going to be in the Europa League. And for our manager, we're going to be using the man, the myth, the legend, the Jurgen Klinsmann. He's going to be making his return to the Premier League after playing with Tottenham back in the day. So yeah, basically the objective of this series is going to be probably to finish in the top 6 or 7, which with some of these really good players like Clint Dempsey, Michael Bradley, Tim Howard, I don't think that should be too difficult. I think anything above 4th can be considered a real success. Any shot at the title is probably going to be pretty difficult, but if World Class ends up being too easy for me, I probably will ratchet it up to Legendary. We'll just kind of see how that works. I do plan on playing every single game. Not counting friendlies and maybe some Capital One Cup matches. Forward line for this team seems pretty decent. Midfielders really, really strong. The one big problem is where the majority of the goals are going to come from. Because I know Clinton Dempsey is going to chip in with some, but the question is, can Josie Altidore or Aaron Johansson really chip in with some goals? So looks like they won a round of 16 run for the tournament. That's pretty attainable. They say we should look for a goalkeeper, which I can kind of understand because we only have 2 goalkeepers in Nick Raimondo and Tim Howard. And our league objective is going to finish mid-table, which should not be a problem at all. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the squad. We're going to be playing a 4-3-1-2. We've got Clint Dempsey and Josie Altidore up top. Altidore is probably the one biggest question mark. I haven't played with him on this edition of FIFA. I remember on previous editions he seems really clunky and bad, so hopefully he turns out well, but if not, we do have Aaron Johansson waiting in the wings to take his spot if need be. And sitting behind them is going to be Alejandro Bedoya. I was kind of in between him and Lee Win, but Bedoya I think is going to be the man to do it. He starts for the United States most of the time anyway, so I figured why not give him a shot. The midfield is, of course, really solid with Michael Bradley, Jermaine Jones, and Kyle Beckerman. Of course, Beckerman not being the best player, but he is a bit of a talisman for the U.S. men's national team. Then we've got Fabian Johnson, who it says is a left mid for some reason, which is strange, but he can play right back, as you can see. And then for our 2 center backs, you have Matt Beasler and John Anthony Brooks. Very solid too, with Omar Gonzalez also on the bench if he needs to come on. Also at left back we have DeMarcus Beasley. He's going to be a really, really pacey good player. He's playing in Mexico now, which is actually kind of interesting, but I did start him over Robbie Rogers and Greg Garza, who are the other 2 options, and of course there was only one option at goalkeeper. It's going to be Tim Howard, the man, the myth, the legend, the beard. Incredible. And then we go ahead and go to our bench. We have Nick Raimondo, Omar Gonzalez, Timmy Chandler, DeAndre Yedlin, who I do plan on giving quite a bit of time with that pace. We also have Benny Failhaber from my hometown Sporting Kansas City, and Chris Wondolowski. Go ahead and look at some of the reserves. You got Maurice Edu, Greg Garza, Robbie Rogers, the Ginger Legend, Dax McCarty, Sasha Kleiston, who just moved back to the MLS, Lee Win, Julian Green from the end of the Belgium game in the World Cup, Joshua Gatt, Villarreal, Graham Zusi, also from Sporting KC, what a legend. Eddie Johnson, Mike McGee, Giassi Zardes, and Juan Agudelo. Pretty happy with this team. And there is one more thing I want to do. I'm going to go ahead and spend my transfer fee, since I'm not going to be buying any more players. I'm going to go ahead and get this Ruben Moe scout, 4-star, 5-star scout for £6 million. Go ahead and send him to America to try and scout some new young American talent, bring him over, because those are really the only reinforcements I'm going to get, unless I decide to pick up some just a couple random American players if I really need it. And then we got our Europa League objective, which is going to be to reach the knockout stage, which shouldn't be that bad, as the only real threat is going to be Sevilla. The other two teams are pretty weak, so we should be able to get through that fairly easily. Now we do have our first friendly here against Elche from the Liga BBVA. We're going to go ahead and put out our first team and see how they perform. I'm expecting quite a few goals here. We're at home. We should wow, and we get scored on. Wow, a lot happening here early on. Rodriguez putting one in to make it 1-0, but then Josie Altidore hitting back with one, already silencing some of his doubters. And as soon as I say that, he's carted off the field. I'm getting flashbacks right now to the World Cup. And Michael Bradley makes it 2-1, but does it really matter? It's just a friendly. Hopefully this injury isn't too bad. This could be a pretty bad start to this season. And okay, good. Just a dead leg calf. That's only going to be a 7-day injury. Not bad at all. He should just miss out on this next friendly, which is going to give Aaron Johansson a nice little chance to prove himself over Josie. And we have our next friendly here against Espanyol away also in the Liga BBVA. Away matches, of course, always tricky to simulate in career mode. Oh, and Matt Beasler with the red card. That's no good. No good at all. One of their players picking up an injury. Clint Dempsey picking up the yellow card. Still scoreless here going into the 60th minute. Pretty boring game here. Played almost 80 minutes now with 10 men, and we're going to go down 1-0. That's a poor result against Espanyol, who's not one of the top teams in the Liga BBVA. That should not be good for my players' form, which is never a good thing. Looks like we're going to have one more friendly here against Hellas Verona. Go ahead and make sure the squad's doing all right. Yep, looks like it. Going to go ahead and go into this next match. Hopefully, we can end the preseason on a good note. Ooh, an early goal from John Anthony Brooks, the hero from the World Cup against Ghana. And you have Clint Dempsey making it 2-0. And John Anthony Brooks with a second. What a goal-scoring threat he's become. And Bedoya, this is becoming a blowout. Oh, Bedoya with another one that makes it 5-0. What a final score line this is going to be. That is a great way to end preseason. That makes a manager happy. Puts a smile on my face. Or I should say Jurgen Klinsmann's face. Now, in the next episode, we're going to have the first 3 seasons of the Barclays Premier League. We're going to have QPR away, Stoke at home, and Aston Villa away. Looks like a pretty favorable start to get some pretty good points to start out the season here. And but this is going to be it for this episode. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think of this series, and I'll see you later.